So we were left in the last part with the problem where when we wanted to find out a nice pretty URL like this without having to do something like users.php and have a completely separate page, we saw that the folder wasn't found. And that makes sense because our web server doesn't know what to do with this /users. Now, if we just come over to the web server section of the Slim documentation, which I've left a link for in the course links, we have a little bit of information here on different styles of configuration for different web servers. So for Apache, what we need to do is use an htaccess file to essentially rewrite our URLs to point to index.php. And there's a couple of other rewrite conditions around this. We won't go too much into them, but essentially all we're saying with this kind of configuration is turn our rewrite engine on, and we basically want to redirect any URL structure to index.php, and Slim will handle that for us. So let's go and copy this over and see what happens. So let's come over to our root of our project here, and let's create this .htaccess file. And this is for Apache, like I've mentioned already. So if you're using another web server, this obviously won't work. So now that we've done this and we have our rewrite engine on, we have a couple of rewrite conditions. We're basically directing all of these URL after our root directory to index.php. So that's pretty much what's happening. Now what's going to happen now is everything's going to be redirected to index.php. So when we define this out, Slim will know how to pick this up and it will respond correctly. So let's come over and see the difference by just doing that, and you see that we get users. So not only can we visit the home page now, we can also visit that users page that we created. Now that is pretty much as easy as it gets. If you had anything else more advanced in here, like for example a particular user ID that you were passing through, this is going to work as well. So it works in exactly the same way. You can see that that works. Obviously this would have to be picked up in here somehow, and of course we're going to be covering that throughout the course as well. But that is pretty much now a setup where you can define out any URI pattern you want. You can go ahead and respond how you want, and as long as you understand this, you're pretty much set to go and go ahead and define any URL and output anything you want.